Hi, I'm Susan Solovic, the small business expert, and here's your daily tip. Many of you know I grew up in a very small town, and my parents owned their own business, and my dad always used to say, I do business on a handshake. And that sounds really nice, doesn't it? You like to be able to think that your word is your bond, and that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, in today's environment, that doesn't really work out too well. To protect yourself in business, you really need to get everything in writing. Don't leave anything to chance. People have very short memories, and it's sad but true, anybody can sue anybody for just about anything. So you need to protect yourself. Whenever you have an agreement with a client or a customer, put it in writing. It doesn't mean it has to be a formal contract, but you need to outline what are the expectations, who's doing what, when, what's the scope of the work, what's the time frame, how are you going to get paid, and when. All of those particulars need to be in writing, and then both parties need to sign the contract and date it. Recently, I was picked to serve on a jury, and both the plaintiff and the defendant were business people. The plaintiff claimed that he had done work on a rental property owned by the defendant. He had one version of the contract, the defendant had another version of the contract, and neither copy had been signed. The plaintiff was suing for work he claimed, money he claimed was still owed to him. The defendant countersued because he said he had to go out and get somebody else to complete the work that the plaintiff didn't do. It was a big mess. The jury ended up deciding neither party got anything. It's a shame because if they'd simply taken the time to get the expectations in writing, it probably would have been a very different result. So before you naively say, I just want to do business with a handshake, my word is my bond. It's a nice thought, and in an ideal world it would be great. But we don't live in an ideal world, so make sure you always, always get it in writing. I'm Susan Solovic, the small business expert. Join me again tomorrow.